Hola, ¿cómo están todos? Sean bienvenidos a un nuevo directo de GENSHIN IMPACT. En este momento vamos a jugar la primera parte de la misión legendarias Zhongli, es Historia Antiqua I, para pasar al arco 2, que es donde se pelea con las dagas, ¿sí? Pero ahorita entonces vamos a empezar pues así en este orden, ¿listo? Entonces, sin más dilación, vamos a empezar con el directo ahorita de GENSHIN IMPACT, de jugar la misión de Zhongli. Entonces me tengo que ir hasta acá. Ok. Está bien, me tengo que ir hasta allá. No sé cómo llegar hasta allá, pero bueno. Esto es una misión esta, pero lo vamos a hacer. Bueno, no sé, eso. No debí leer esto acá de una vez. No, vamos a... Vámonos entonces por acá a ver. No sé, supongo que botándome acá arriba. Voy a llegar. Uy, esta cámara que no, esto es lo que no quiero. A ver, sí, supongo que montándome acá arriba puedo llegar volando hasta allá. Este mapa, quité esto, hombre, eliminar. Este juego sí tiene unas reacciones muy lentas a otras cosas, a algunas acciones. Que de acá puedo llegar, pero bueno. Habla con Sony en la mesa que está sentado.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Are these two your friends?
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around. Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. As a professional archaeologist, I'm inclined to correct some of his erroneous views. We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early nations of that time. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Tivat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of Geo himself
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance, for example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind...
Oh, no. My research indicates Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, the world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. My next historical treatise will... That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora at...
A dagger and a sword?
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall become...
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst, for people to exchange. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis.
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument on the...
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses.
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant, if not because...
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora? I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find some
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
Of course.
Yo.
They can come if that's what pleases you, sir. Let's go.
Vamos a ver para qué nos van a mandar acá.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and act. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts.
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to—
What? No way!
This bit of history is a long story.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
Debe ser un poco incómodo, Zhongli.
No, it's just...
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Paimon's reporting you to the Millilith.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeologist.
The Fatui say that every time.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here. The results of... I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor...
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes? Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well...
Wait, if you were studying archaeology, can I go too?
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too.
En realidad no sé nada de
This
arqueología.
experience may be of help to you on your future adventures. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience for your journey.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too.
Esa Paimon.
That is quite enticing. All right, then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, an ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even better.
¿Hasta dónde nos van a mandar, por Dios bendito? Aquí no hay nada más que investigar, ¿o qué?
I wonder if he will come today.
Life is short, so eat
Bueno, no hay nada más.
and be merry.
¿Dónde tenemos que ir? Al bosque de piedra de Guyun. Vamos al bosque de piedra en Guyun entonces. Guyun.
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Huh? Paimon thinks it looks really grand.
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur in...
Guyun Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the Overlord of the Vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis, but due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater and years of gravity. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also...
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
Indeed. This is where the value... Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves create...
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich. I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge. Well, since we brought so many people, I think...
Okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge in various...
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it. I'll escort him then.
Okay. If we find anything valuable...
A buscar entonces.
The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
A ver, no, hay que seguir a pie.
Take this!
You can't run!
Lightning flash!
Judgment!
Take this!
Evil conquering! Worthless!
Here!
Worthless!
Why are there enemies here?
Guyun Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Life goes on.
Hiki.
They're gathering together here. But why?
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract you. But the hydromorphic monsters... I have a contract. and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead, defeat them, and recover the relic.
Punishment!
Thunderclap!
Lament!
Tear!
Worthless!
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
Perdona, Urbaco. Eso.
We all have our areas of expertise.
Oh, stop arguing!
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about— She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what a waste of time.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange? And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the
I mean, isn't measuring their value in Mora the easy—
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord. The stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power.
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost.
So, it's only valuable for research if there are...
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the god of salt is because history can tell— But you're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear, if I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber.
Ah, I see.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual— All right then. No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite—
Sal Terrae. Vámonos a Sal Terrae entonces. No, creo que esto es lo que se habría, sí, lo que habían dicho que se habría con
I
la
heard
misión de
that Sal
Zhongli.
Terrae was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore...
According to legend, the people of the god of Salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her, but this legend has been around for ages, with the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this...
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of Salt, which is actually how the air... However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but... So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of Salt. I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of Salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of so, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possible.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would do, though.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god...
You weren't listening at all, were you? Ugh. Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal should...
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says...
¿Dónde está? Ah, pero esta huevona me manda para allá otra vez, no jodas.
Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of Salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed. See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments...
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time. But the secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Guyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
To the north, to the east, do the people of Liyue always...
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the content provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War. This benevolent god searched all across Liyue. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, and that haven she eventually found is right here.
How sad then. In the end,
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Guyun in the west, Qingse in the north. With this clue, you should be...
Here!
Judgment!
Take this!
You can't run. Judgment!
Sur. Aquí está.
Lightning flash!
Wheel of life.
Take this! Lightning flash!
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Guyun in the west, Qingse in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
Ah, tan marica, es que yo estoy acá equivocado, huevón. Me equivoqué yo en el orden, no me fijé fue en el mapa.
Take this!
Sur.
Go.
Y norte.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Ahora sí.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyun Stone.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like this up so...
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this?
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by...
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, you will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are here.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have... If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if...
I can accept this arrangement. Well then.
Vámonos. Bueno, vamos a ver. Bueno, ya, recomiendo muchas cosas, digamos por acá. A ver. Mamá. ¿Cómo? Señora. Ahí estaban, por ahí deben estar jugando Nioh y Dodoko.
Are these... statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the God of Salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Quake! Lightning flash! Crumble!
Toca subir así.
Quake!
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the guy.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only...
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount.
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt.
Finally. After all that effort, I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to...
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more?
Since we have a contract.
Then let's move on, shall we?
Judgment!
Take this!
Wheel of
Rise! Crumble! Quake! Just a simple ruler. Doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better than the salt.
Well then, according to our contract...
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition, and this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin, let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let—
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from
Will suffer the wrath of the rock.
Lightning flash! I will have order.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you!
Some archaeological survey? He could only pretend for so long. Yeah! Good thing Paimon can smell a liar from a mile away.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other when people see the object of their dreams. How many are really able to control their desire? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Be honest about what?
That in truth, not a single member of this.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but you aren't interested in archaeology or relics. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
¿Qué escojo? Ahora que lo hice nunca he hecho tres lápiz.
Right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use the name.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue, so I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and... We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer... Come with me. All the answers you seek.
Disappear!
Lo active accidentalmente.
Crumble! Quake! Rise!
Yeah! Shiver!
Yeah! Order guide you.
Go. Sacred name, fortune preserver.
Quake!
Lament!
Tear! Tear!
Worthless! Worthless!
Tear!
Rise.
Vamos a ver acá.
This is... a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back. Fight back against the power of this sword. Surely is much greater. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the might.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in...
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true.
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed...
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired. And the power of the... No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided?
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consult...
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her people. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. As punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, rather she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to but Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start. However, during such a long war, after making countless concessions, Havria lost all...
No!
In her last days, she had not even a
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true!
As I said before...
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morak!
Hey! Come back!
Entonces, lo que
Indeed.
dices es verdad.
Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will... This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. The story continues that some among her people realized at last That this gentle, the Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat.
But what about these?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is those who could not flee. Were those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes, but they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted...
This must be a lie. A false history. Oh, don't you dare try to shake my...
Ay, por Dios.
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
Parece que conocías muy bien a la diosa de la sal.
Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
Algún día la gente de Liyue lo entenderá.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyun Stone Forest?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Dominio fuera. Hay que subir, la subida está por allí, si no estoy mal. Escalando, escalando, escalando. Pero que le debo producir hasta por aquí, por Dios.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyun stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The salt chalice and salt ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming. I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history... I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its... Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth...
Zhongli?
Therefore, I thought of you, Trap. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your... As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Tevat.
Entonces, ¿por eso querías que te acompañáramos?
Sounds like tough work.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the salt chalice and salt ruler to the sea.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, overlord of the vortex. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyun Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
Siento un poco lástima por la
We
diosa
did
Salazar.
not measure right and wrong during the days of the... Of course, as I am now, I only wish that... I will remain here for a while. Though the salt chalice and salt ruler do... If a day comes when he should recover his strength and return... I will remain here for a while. That is a good question. But now... Yes. I suppose I will continue in my... But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along?
Bueno, señoras y señores, hemos acabado Historia Antiqua I. Vamos a dejar el directo hasta aquí el día de hoy, como ya hemos prometido. Luego haremos la segunda parte de la Historia Antiqua II de Zhongli, que es donde tendremos que ir a por Astaja, pero de momento no. Entonces, no siendo más, me despido de Genshin Impact. Entonces ha sido un placer acompañarlos el día de hoy. Gracias por verme el día de hoy. Para las personas que van a ver el video en el futuro, agradecería mucho que me dieran su apoyo. Sí, siguiéndome en mi canal, suscribiéndose si así lo desean, y pasándose por mis otros canales y redes de YouTube, Discord, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Y bueno, creo que ya les mencioné todas, donde también le pueden dejar su apoyo. Entonces, hasta aquí dejamos este directo de Genshin Impact. Nos vemos luego, hasta pronto. Se despide aquí Danedmova Gaming. Chao, chao.
Hola, hola. ¿Te gustó el video? No te olvides suscribirte a mis canales y redes. Apóyame. Te lo agradezco.